Peace and blessing, everybody. Welcome to another headscarf tutorial. This is the homemade ninja tutorial. Now, why do I call it a homemade ninja? For those of you who don't know this, on the market right now there is an underscarf which it covers all the way around the face, and it's fairly tight, which means we can use it as an underscarf that will cover over here whenever you're wearing just a scarf that only covers the head. Now I have many of those styles, and unfortunately I do not own a ninja, but I wanted to show you guys how to create a homemade style ninja. It's also a very cool headscarf look by itself, which you can also do, and you can tell people you're wearing a ninja, which in and of itself is kind of cool. But away from the jokes, I will be teaching you how to do the ninja. Now, to do this, you need a plain scarf. This is a shawl, actually. Just one of those, they called it a pashmina, but if you've read my article on my Hijab blog at www.LoveGodDiversity-hijabs.blogspot.ca, you'll see that I have this whole article about different terminology, and that pashmina is made out of this very interesting silk, cashmere wool. And this, at the price I paid it, I highly doubt is actual cashmere. Pashmina cashmere, might add. This is 3 for $10 at Ardennes, which is an accessory store. As I said, for your underscarf, this is going to be used as an underscarf, so you have to think about the color you're going to be using, preferably plain, so that if you're using any colors or anything like that on top, it doesn't overwhelm it. So, how are we going to do this? Well, it's fairly simple. You're going to start by putting the scarf on your head, one end longer than the other. Now, one of the things I will say is you need to tie it in the back of your head. And since this one is extremely long, what I like to do is just fold it. I mean, it's extremely large, shall I say. Sorry. Now, as I said, this is supposed to be used as an underscarf. If you're having issues with trying to coordinate your colors because you don't know what will match, etc., etc., black and white matches everything. But if you're trying to go a little bit more funky, I have a guide to color coordination on my website. So check it out and see what you think. So what you're going to do after you have it on your head, as I said, I folded it so that it wouldn't be too long in the back. You're going to tie it in a knot. So I'm wearing an underscarf under this for the sake of this video. However, usually the entire point of wearing this as an underscarf is to not have to. So to put another one underneath. So usually what I would do is just simply, wear either the volume in the back if you want more volume, or not at all if you're not interested in more volume. So, but no underscarf. That's one of the reasons why I chose an underscarf that matched exactly the scarf, is so you guys wouldn't get too confused. So the next step you can do is either one, roll the smaller end around like this. I don't know if you can see. In this case, I have a volume bobble at the back. Or you can also just tuck it in, depending on what you prefer. I usually like to just wrap it around. It gives it an extra dimension to the scarf. I mean, it's going to be under anyway, so you can't really see this, but I like to just add the extra volume and the extra dimension. It's very interesting. Alright, so you have just the simple bun in the back with one thing. What you're going to do next, of course, like I said, the ninja is so you can cover here as well. So this is going to be the next step of this tutorial, is to actually teach you how to cover it. So either you can unfold it and have a lot of coverage, or you can keep it folded to have just a little bit less coverage. Now I usually keep it a little bit less, just cause, depending on the shirt, of course, I'm wearing, and depending on what style I'm supposed to put on top. So what I'm doing right now is just you pulled it right behind your ear. Now you can either just leave it tuck in or you can actually clip it. I'd rather use safety pin usually for those, but just for the sake of time I'm going to just use a straight pin. And then you're going to cover in the front like this, just pull to the front. As you can see, I'm flattening it because again, this is not going to be the focus of the hijab. It's just underneath, it's just to cover, to add the extra coverage. So again, I'm pulling it under my ear here. It's not staying, which is why I'm pinning it. And again, for the sake of time, using straight pin. I'm sorry guys. I've said this in a number of videos before, but if you're pinning close to your throat, safety pin is recommended. And also whenever you're pinning, try and pin towards the back. As you see in this case, I pinned towards that way rather than in my throat. So you still have this area. What you're going to do is try to hide the back of your neck. So you can tuck it in again. And that should give you just a sweet little bit of coverage. There you go. And again, adjust according to your style and preferences. So as you see, this gives you a lot of coverage. You can do your style without really worrying about any areas showing. It's fairly easy to do. As I said, if you're interested in having more coverage because you're wearing either something more low cut or you just want to have something lower, then you can definitely go and unfold it and make all the draping you need on there. That's about it. I hope that's answered that for you guys. I'll be coming up with more tutorials shortly. I hope to see you all again. Peace and blessing, everyone.